All right, good morning, Cyber Traders. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully, everyone's all psyched up and ready for the Super Bowl. I tell you, we're doing a class today at 12 o'clock. I'm going to talk about how to actually trade the Super Bowl. You're probably like, you could trade the Super Bowl? Yeah, I'm going to do an event at 12 o'clock, free event, so everyone's more than invited. We'll post it in the room. Everybody here on YouTube and all social media networks are more than happy to join us. Please go out there and share it. Listen. You want to know how to trade COVID. You want to know how to trade earnings. You want to know how to trade Fed rate. Well, you know what? Yes, you can trade the Super Bowl, and we've done very well, so don't forget to miss that. Anyway, look at what's going on right now. My God, I feel so bad for LYFT. I love that company. I always use it all the time. Uber's been on a really good move, but LYFT got crushed on earnings. My God, this thing got talking about a catastrophe. One thing I could tell you about LYFT, it's not a pharmaceutical stock, so we know they don't come back. So LYFT could come back. We'll keep an eye on that. Anyway, this stock was and one thing I do like about LYFT, it's at a major support level. And just to let everybody know, for everybody who's here, guess what? Big iceberg order just showed up for over 140,000 shares, right around a 1080. See a little red line right there? Really, really big, nice little red line right there. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later on the show. But anyway, let's talk about what's moving and what happened yesterday, because yesterday we had a couple of good moving stocks. We had a couple of nice little movers, and I want to cover them first before we go through the watch list and everything else. I'd like to start off with the KPRX. So KPRX, had a really nice move, not only from a little bit of yesterday, but the day before. And you could see it right here that the stock had a really, really good move right here from 450, went all the way up to a price around $8, up about 100%. Had a couple of little slingshots going back and forth. And, not as easy as the day before, but, I know some of you here were trading it in the Cyber Group room. We had a nice little move on that one. The real big winner was this, okay, was this HPCO. I mean, this thing had writing all over it on a slingshot. It also had a good hold, had everything. This stock started this morning at $1.20. It ran all the way up to about $4.50. Now, for some of you in the Cyber Group room, in my trading room, remember I was talking about right around here, around 10 o'clock, and I'm like, it's just holding here too often, and it started making a little bit of a Fausto flag, and it had this slingshot that came right back down. But when it got back past this resistance levels around 350, look what happened. It ran from 320 all the way to 440. Great runner up there. And you could see how it made new lower lows, and it finally made a new high. We had a consolidation going on here right around that 2 o'clock, and then we had that big push. So there was so many opportunities out there, and if you've been following us on Twitter, if you're in the Cyber Group room, hopefully you got the mobile app where we send you the alerts. But we were talking about it, and we were on the stock all day yesterday. Now, listen, granted, it's down to $1.50. Who cares? Who literally cares? I don't give a crap about the stock because I don't own it. We were trading yesterday, and we did well with it then. And no matter what time you showed up, if you're an early bird, gets the money. If you're if you're a lunchtime trader, or if you're a West Coast trader, you had plenty of time to get the opportunity to go in it, and it was fun. It was moving, and you know what? Listen, these are things we're getting every day, and you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's going to be another one today. There's going to be another one on Monday. There's going to be one. They're there every day. So anyway, those are really and by the way, the funny thing about this stock is this: who likes Snoop Doggy Dogg? Anybody here like Snoop Doggy Dogg? I don't know. Let's see on social media. Anybody like Snoop Doggy Dogg? Anybody even know who he is? He's been around forever, and the guy's just great marketer. Nobody knows who Snoop Doggy Dogg is. The guy's he's doing the Corona commercials. He's always feel like, girls are gone wild. He did that, and he changed his image. He's always feeling like he's always smoking, weed every time. The Weed King. Yeah, Mark, there you go. I'm surprised people on social media have no idea because no one's actually even saying anything in there. But he's a great rapper too, right? So that was the news, and this is the reason why I bring this up is this, okay? Um, could you imagine just that one little news made the stock go from $1 to $4? You know what I mean? Like, you know how many Snoop Doggy Dogg fans are out there? Like, oh my God, he's involved in this stock, HPCO. What do you think? I'm going to have anything against the guy? You think I'm going to go out there and say, oh, I don't believe in his values or whatever? You think we care as traders? You know what I mean? Like, there are people that will die for this guy and love him. You know what? They're like, oh, if they can make money on the stock, like, oh, I can own a piece of him. I mean, hopefully everyone learned that with the Trump stock, right? What was the Trump stock, everyone? Who could tell me what was this Trump stock that we traded? What was the Trump stock? President Trump stock. There you go. DWAC, right? Remember DWAC? Oh, it's at $15. But you know what? We didn't have a problem when the news came out, because it was the same exact news with the Snoop Doggy Dogg trade right here. Look at this. Company came out, went public. That one day ran from $12 to $52, and the next day it ran from $67 to $175. Now, if you're a Trump hater or you're a MAGA, whatever you want to call these people, you know what? If you were a big Trump fan and you jumped into that stock, you could have did well, or you could have got crushed. You're an anti-Trump, you shorted the stock, you would have got crushed. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care what your political beliefs, but the same thing happened with DWAC is the same exact thing that happened with the HPOC. You would never even, I spelled it wrong. The HPCO is the same exact thing that happened with this. Okay, these little things are what make these stocks run, and that's what it's all about. So anyway, let's go find some other stocks out there that are moving this morning, because we got about 5 minutes, and then we're going to be back here and we're going to start trading in the morning. And then don't forget, 12 o'clock today, I'm going to do an event, how to trade the Super Bowl. Okay, so you don't want to miss that. So anyway, a couple of stocks on this watch list. I want to start with the biggest percentage gainer and the most active on the list. So you have the stock right here that's making a nice little move, SQL. Now, I brought up level 4 and I was happened to check it out. There's not really that many sellers out there. I mean, these guys started showing up around 8 a.m. You could see that these 34,000 share sellers and 23,000 have started trending down right here. So, you know, that's why we're making lower lows. So the stock is gapped up pretty big. It's up 127%. It does have major support levels around here at $1.80. The only issue is I do not see anybody at $1.80. So to have a potential support, you got to have those buyers out there to support it. And as of right now, I don't see it. But it's got traded 15 million shares, and I'm gonna keep an eye on that. So SQL. I have it on my watch list because it is a Friday. Now, HILS is going up pretty decently. Now, HILS had a couple of iceberg orders out there that just got executed. They were out there around 9:55. I was watching it earlier, and you could see them. They were right here, and they started getting executed. So we're starting to make a higher high. Got a little buy here for 13,000, right around here. You could see them right here around 17 and whatever. So got a couple of buyers out there. Got those supports right there. We got a nice little push. So we'll see how what we got going on this stock right here. Not bad, not bad. I'll keep an eye on this one too. Got good volume, 15 million shares, up 82%. HILS, why not? You know. So, oh yeah, by the way, that's a good one too. Mike Allen on YouTube says the stock also the PHUN. Yeah, that was the other one that if you missed the DWAC, you could have got also that one back there when the DWAC went, and that thing took off the next, and that was at least a lot cheaper and a lot easier to trade. Same thing, Brian, I saw in the cyber group room, the trading room, the same thing. Anyway, let's go back to our stocks that we're watching. This stock is gapped up about 44%. They're all really nice tradable stocks, nice spreads, you know, nice little moves, but not really, you know, it's kind of flat. So I don't know. It had a good little push for the last couple of weeks, a couple of days. It was at 210, went to almost 4. It's trying to go up a little bit. If I bring up the day before, you could see right here, it was a great stock that ran yesterday going into the close, which, by the way, I forgot to mention that one too. But you can see it right here. Great run up here. And it was after hours earnings that made the stock run. But she's not really going anywhere. She probably tested support levels right around here, 280. But I'm not seeing anyone out there. That's my issue. You know, I'm looking out there. There's just nobody out there. I see sellers. I don't see any buyers. Okay, so no buyers, no long. That's the way I look at it. Edibles. This stock is actually moving. We traded the stock just the other day, and it looks like she's moving again. So this stock took a very big hit. It was our $15. Stock got destroyed, just got hammered. It could be a little dead cat bounce. So I love dead cat bounces. By the way, I hate that word, dead cat bounce. Anybody know what dead cat bounce means? Actually, I talk about it. Just give me a yes or no. Anyone here on social media, cyber group members, anybody know what a dead cat bounce means? Dead cat bounce. What does that mean? See if you guys can figure that out. Daniel, you know what it means? Anyone else? Brian, you must be a really good typer. There you go. No one on social media here knows. Look at that. All the traders know. That's why you guys on social media got to know how to trade. Okay, this is the problem. You gotta know the lingo of trading. That's right. So basically, it's when it falls and gets back up and runs. So basically, what they say is, because I have cats. That's what I love cats, and I like dogs too, but I don't know. I just think cats are easier. So anyway, if you hold the cat upside down, you hold its legs. A cat spine is flexible. Like it could put his feet down and its legs up. I wish we could all do that, right? Could you imagine? We'll probably have a broken back. Actually, we would have that means we do have a broken back. So anyway, if you hold it upside down, you drop the cat. It actually, if you hold it, it'll act dead. And if you drop it, it could actually land on its feet and could run away. So that was just the whole thing about market makers say, hey, it looks like a dead cat bounce. Okay. So basically, that's what that means. Anyway, that's why I kind of looking for stocks that have dead cat bounces. And I think EDB, Edible could be a little dead cat bounce because it was up in that $15 price range at $4. I want to keep an eye on it. What else do I have here? So sad stories about LYFT, right? I can't take it personal. Let me tell you something. I had LYFT. I know a lot of you here remember we traded LYFT a long time ago, and I was trading the stock around the $40 price range, and I was such a fan on it. And believe it or not, I lost money on it, okay? And you know what's crazy? You go back to it and like, damn, and listen, I did let my emotions get involved. I did act like I liked the stock, and I said, you know what? I like the stock. I use LYFT all the time. Not always big Uber fan sometimes, but I use both. But mainly LYFT. I guess I get the points on Delta because I've always used it to go to the airport. But if I let my emotions get involved and say, you know what, it's a real company. I like it. I love the people that work for them. You know, and I know some people here that are students of mine. You know, once again, some of you are Lyft and Uber drivers, and I always try to. I know how hard you guys work, and I know how they make money, but at the end of the day, I can't go down with the sinking ship, you know. So I think I was trading around like 47. I ended up getting out of like 42, and I was making these lower lows right here. I'm like, you know, I like the stock. It's got to come back because I remember when public, you know, and you could see it here on the long-term chart. I mean, the stock started went all the way up to 75. So we were trading it in this range right around here because we had resistance levels back here and we had supports. But you could see it started making lower lows. I'm like, you know, crap, I just broke through a major support levels here. The buyers are gone. Let me just get out of it. And sure enough, yeah, there it is, 42. That was the price. And then and once it got around 35, they said, you know what? Party's over. I said, next support level. Look what ended up happening. Went over here. But I might be a buyer around 10. It might be, look, we're at support levels here. It could get a little bit of a bounce here, but we all know when you break all-time lows, that's not a good sign. Anyway, so LYFT is on our watch list, LYFT, and with LYFT, it's part of the industry, just like we do with AI. Uber is going to be on that watch list too. So Uber, obviously, it had. See, what's nice about Uber is Uber had a nice rally. Okay, Uber had a really, really good rally, and you can see it right here, right around 4 o'clock. It came down when those earnings announcements came out. So Uber could still probably listen. They trade side by side. I mean, I know Uber has Uber Eats and all that good stuff, but Uber could still be a short. Could be a potential short if this lift keeps going down, because you're talking about $37 stock versus a $15. Was it 15? I said, or 13? 11. I'm sorry, $11 stock. So we're going to keep an eye on those two stocks. All right. Anything I'm missing I did not call out? Grant has said HILS is making HOD. HILS. Yes. HILS, like I said, that was the second stock on the watch list. Thank you very much, Grant. Yep, it's holding there. Let me go check over here on level 4 and see what we got going on. Yep, I told you, like, listen, it looks like we took those sellers out right here, and looks like we're breaking out here. So looks like 240 to 250. We got some sellers. Not anything super, crazy, but you do got this big 67,000 share buyer at $1.50. All right, so let's get ready for the market open, everybody. We got less than 15 minutes. We will be back here live again. If you're watching on social media, we are going to broadcast live again at 10 a.m., 30 minutes after the open. If you want to join our trade room, just like us and friend us. We're live here every morning at 9 a.m. and at 10 o'clock and at 2:30. So please don't miss out. And at 12 o'clock, I'm going to teach you how to trade the Super Bowl. So you don't want to miss that too. So make sure you have the access and get our alerts. Cyber Group members, listen, there's nothing to convince you. Make your days pay. Make your money. Once you're done, move on. We'll see you back here on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, because that's what it's all about. It's not a full-time job. Just make your days pay and move on. All right, guys? Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. I'll see you back in a little bit. All right?